Hey everybody, it's JT from VapestarsNetwork.com. Really quick, today what I want to do is just go over a very brief, nothing too heavy, a brief introduction to mechanical mods. Okay, I'm going to have a quick vape. I'll tell you what I'm thinking. Okay, bottom line is I get many emails, messages, text messages, questions on Instagram about mechanical mods. Which one should I get? As I investigate further with a lot of those questions, I found out that really choosing a mechanical device is really as far as that person has thought into this. There's a couple things that need to be considered when budgeting to try a mechanical device, if that's the route you decide to go. Really quick, I don't think it's right for anyone to feel pressured into vaping with a certain device or vaping a certain style at all. What's working for you, what's keeping you off of cigarettes, that's the best thing. If it's an ego, awesome. If it's a variable voltage device, a mod, that's awesome too. If it's a blue cigarette kit from the 7-Eleven down the road, awesome. That's it. Do not feel pressured. If you choose to want to get into a different style of vaping or a certain mod or device, awesome. You can do it. These are a couple things to keep in mind the way I see it. So first of all, what is a mechanical device? A mechanical mod is ultimately a battery tube. It's a battery holder. It's a rechargeable battery holder with no computer boards in there, no regulation. A true mechanical will not have any wires, things of that nature. It uses straight up mechanics. Pushing on this to touch this to complete that battery circuit, right? That's it. It's just mechanical in nature. For instance, this is a Sentinel clone. Okay, this is a telescoping design. We'll talk about that. But it technically is just a battery housing, a 510 connection up top for your atomizer, and a button at the bottom. Okay, there's a contact at the top inside of this battery holder, and the contact at the bottom is a part of this button assembly. When I push this button, it brings that contact up. That battery is now active, if you will. It is pushing power to the 510 connection, okay, to your atomizer. They're very simple. That's the point of them, though. Very straightforward, usually pretty extremely easy to take apart and look at and really understand how that works, the mechanics behind that mod. That's ultimately what it is. There's no protection. With something like a VAMO, there's a computer board in there that will stop the power from going to the 510 connection if something goes wrong to a certain extent. Okay? You don't have that with a mechanical device. So let's look at budget. Okay, for me, I know some people that doesn't have to weigh on their decisions, but look at budget first. Can you afford the device you want? Or at the same time, you might be able to afford it. Do you want to spend a certain amount of money? Okay, figure out the budget you want. Keep that loose though, because when you see a mechanical device, maybe a clone, posted for $20, $30, that's awesome. But your budget isn't $20 or $30. It's going to have to be higher than that. There are some things you need, some very basic things. And it's kind of the big three. You need your mechanical device, you need your batteries, and you need a battery charger. Okay? 1, 2, and 3. Those things need to be budgeted. They need to be purchased all together or at the same time. I've run into people that have saw these $20 mods and bought a $20 mod and get it, and then it dawns on them, wait, I need a battery now, and then they get a battery and then it dies and they're like, wait, I need a battery charger now. So I say those three things should be bought together if possible, I guess, to make it more convenient, but at the same time. You need to understand you need to have batteries, you need to have a charger, and you need to have your mechanical device all at the same time before you can really start using this. That needs to be factored in. A little more specifically, there are telescoping designs like this. This can adjust to accept different batteries, right? Different battery sizes. That's very convenient. There are other devices, I don't know where I just said it, that are fixed tube designs. This can only take and runs off of one type of battery. That's important to understand as well. And then you have more very popular like a Nemesis or a Nemesis clone that come with sections. You can install or remove sections to accommodate for different battery sizes. Okay? Now, the batteries themselves. They're rechargeable batteries. A good solid brand to purchase is AW. AW IMR batteries are pretty solid. They have a good reputation. You can find them many places. They're pretty common. Something like an 18650, which is the largest one. You know, I just glanced really quick. eBay right now, 2 for $20. Okay, you can find them, shop around, find them cheaper. That's fine. So the three most popular sizes that you will be using with mechanical mods for vaping will be the 18650, that's this largest one, an 18500, and an 18350. These are the most popular sizes and the most common sizes, okay? There are others, but these are the most popular, the way I see it. This battery will last longer than this battery, okay? And this battery will last longer than this battery, right? That just makes sense. I know that just seems like common sense, but just to let you know, more importantly right now is which battery does the device you've decided to purchase, which can it run off of? Can it run off any three like this? Or do you need just an 18650, something like this? Make sure and understand that and order the correct battery. Now, battery safety is a whole other thing. That's a whole other video. That's a whole other crash course. Do some legwork, do some looking around, and educate yourself on lithium-ion batteries, what they are. You can go to Wikipedia and just look up general. You don't even have to look up specifically for vaping, specifically 18650. Just understand what a rechargeable battery kind of entails and some of the dangers, things like that. Okay, do the homework. You are the one that will benefit from it. It doesn't help anybody just to tell you everything or order everything for you. You need to learn. So, got your batteries. The charger, like I said, this is a very inexpensive charger. It charges 2 batteries at a time. Pretty straightforward. I think I paid about $10 for this, maybe $15. I Googled really quick and found a single bay that charges 1 battery at a time. I think for $7 or $8, somewhere like eBay. You can obviously look at vaping websites for these things. But these batteries and chargers are used for other things besides vaping. So they're pretty easy to find. So it's pretty easy to shop around and find good prices. I'll list a couple of examples in the comments above here. So you know, those are the big 3. Your mechanical device, pick which one you want. to spend the money on. Pick which one you like. Make sure you know the battery it will take. Purchase your batteries. Learn about your batteries. And get a battery charger. If not, you're going to have a bad time. So, big three: mechanical device, batteries, battery charger. Most people that use mechanical devices use them with rebuildable atomizers. That doesn't mean everybody. That doesn't mean you should. I honestly don't recommend that that's the way you start. Okay? If you are just now getting into mechanical mods, you think you want to, in my opinion, a great way to do that would be to buy a mechanical device, batteries, and a charger. Try to make sure that that mechanical device you're purchasing works with an atomizer you already own. Maybe an atomizer you already like or enjoy. A great example is the Sentinel. Again, like I said, it's got a 510 connection. Is the BCC Mega Clearamizer tank. Okay? That's got 510. That's going to work. That's going to work just fine. So we will install that. And how nice is that? That is an atomizer that I'm used to. I'm comfortable with already. I like to use. And a new mechanical device. So I can get used to this and still enjoy something familiar. Something new, something familiar. That's a win-win situation. Take your time. There's no rush. You may even decide that you don't want to get into rebuildable atomizers. Awesome. There's really no reason to do so. Make sure an atomizer that you're currently using will work on the mechanical device you've chosen, and just go that route for a little while. Don't let anybody tell you what style of vaping you should be using. Unless you go seek advice, unless you are doing something unsafe, harmful, it's nobody's business what you're vaping on. So if you're around somebody and they see you using a Clearamizer tank on your mechanical device, and they say something smart about it, or say, oh, you're supposed to use that with rebuildables, handle it how you want to, but ignore that person. Leave that situation. Leave that Facebook group. Delete that person off of Instagram. Never go back to that shop. Whatever situation that was, that's not a healthy, positive thing. Those people are not a positive member. They contribute nothing positive to the vaping community. Somebody says, hey, most people use rebuildable atomizers. That's awesome. They're exactly right, right? I like this atomizer. I want to use that on whatever device my little heart desires. Perfectly fine. There is not one thing in the world wrong with that. Don't let anybody tell you different. You've got your mechanical device. You've got batteries that work in it. You've got a battery charger. You've got a brief understanding of what batteries are all about. And you've got your good old familiar atomizer that you're already using. Life is good. Life's good. Introduction to mechanical devices. That's the way I see it. Those are a couple things to keep in mind. I am always here to answer questions, give advice. I will post a couple links to batteries I suggest, to a battery charger that I think would work just fine. And like I said, if you've got any specific questions, feel free to ask, email, Facebook, anytime. I'm always around and I enjoy talking to people. That's it. Don't let anybody pressure you into anything. But if you want to try a different device, just do it the right way. Do it at your own pace. That's what I say.